Hi everybody, Linda here. I just wanted to do a little video with me actually speaking to the camera for once because I've been so overwhelmed by the amount of comments and views my videos have had. You know, I only ever started this journey really as a bit of a hobby because I enjoy doing my hair so much, and yeah, it's just been unbelievable the amount of you guys that have watched my videos, liked them, subscribed and commented as well. So yeah, I just wanted to basically say thank you. As you can see, I've done my hair in goddess locks again, but this time I've done it using this very blonde hair. I have done this colour before, but the last time I used this colour, which is 613, I did very chunky locks, faux locks, where I burnt the ends. When I did it like this, where you kind of leave the ends loose and they're a bit thinner, I did it in like my natural colour, which is like a dark brown. So I thought I would combine the two together and give this a go, because I do really like this colour. It's a bit out there, and I just thought it was something a bit different for 2017. Because I have done videos about goddess locks before, I thought I would, rather than doing a full tutorial again, I thought it would be good to just answer some of the frequently asked questions I have about goddess locks generally. So here we go. So I've had some comments along the lines of that the goddess locks that I do look really natural. You probably don't think these look very natural because obviously this colour ain't ever going to grow out of my head. But yeah, I really do appreciate that. I do take my time to do them. I think that helps with the kind of natural look. I know that people probably want to hear that I do this in like 6 hours or something, but I really don't. I tend to spread it over a weekend or spread it over a few days. I often will just do around the edge of my head, and then I'll kind of put my hair in the middle in a bun and tie the rest up over it to kind of camouflage the fact that I've not finished it, because I do like to take my time and not rush. And I also think for it to be natural looking, you need to sort of not care too much about each one being perfect. And as you can probably see, you know, some of mine are even unraveling a little bit, and I don't really care because I think that it just makes it look more natural, I guess. I'm often asked how many packets of hair I use. I always try to put it in the description under my videos, how many I use, and also I tend to do a blog post on my own personal blog with all the information in, so you can also have a look there. However, for this particular style, interestingly, I didn't use much hair at all. So for the ends, it's not human hair, it's just some cheap fake hair, because I think when you go in this blonde, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. It's quite matte anyway, so I was quite happy to just use the cheap synthetic hair. I only use one pack because the ends are very thin and sort of straggly, so I didn't need to use much at all. So to be honest, less than one pack, I still have some left. So this hair was just one pack, and then the Marley hair that I used to wrap around the braid that I did underneath. I used 2 packs of Marley hair, which again, it seems like, is that all you use? But because they're so thin, I really did. And what I did as well, so Marley hair comes in sort of sections where each chunk comes in its own little bit. And I will take one of those and separate it. So I'll get 2 for every one strip of Marley hair, if that makes sense. So yeah, I only use 2 packs. So quite a few of you ask about washing your hair and just sort of maintaining your hair underneath this hair. I think that that's really down to your own individual preference. Personally, when I have braids or locks or anything, I don't really feel the need to go like intense shampooing. If anything, I find that it's hard to rinse the shampoo out, and therefore if you've got shampoo left in your roots or kind of between the braids or between the locks, that would then turn to mildew, and you don't really want mildew on your head because it stinks, it's disgusting. So I tend not to do that, but I do think it's important to have water on your scalp, because that, you know, water is going to nourish your scalp and moisturise it. So, you know, I will wet my scalp from time to time, and I think it's also really important to oil your scalp because it does get very dry, and I think a lot of the time when you're feeling a bit itchy, it's just because it's dry. So I tend to use olive oil in my bar tins, or to be honest, whatever oil I happen to have. I think, you know, think are better for actually penetrating your skin and your hair. So that would be like olive oil, avocado oil, almond oil, basically the thinner, lighter oils. And then your thicker, heavier, denser oils like castor oil are really a sealant to sort of stop, I suppose, stop moisture getting out, but also stop moisture getting in as well. So I tend to stick with the lighter oils, I think. So I think a really good question is, how long does this style last? Like I said, I spend a lot of time doing it, so then I don't want to have to take it out in 2 weeks. So I really try to get as much time out of this as possible. That said, it's really important to not leave any protective styling for too long, because you know your hair does need washing eventually, and your scalp does need a good massage. So I probably would say 6 to 8 weeks would be my maximum. If I really want it to last a little bit longer, I'm like desperate, or I don't have the time to redo my hair, because I do it myself, I will probably after about a month just redo around the edges, and that can kind of just freshen up the style and make it appear that it's new again, and that might just buy you a little bit more time. So one person called All Scott asked me, my question is, who is taking that down? Yeah, I know you're probably thinking these are really thin, it's going to take ages, but actually the taking down is a lot quicker than putting it in. So I don't really have an issue with taking it down, and perhaps when I do take it down I'll film that so you can see just how quick it can be. You basically got to lose a lot of this with the scissors, and then it should just sort of loosen up, and then it's just a case of taking braids out normally. I really like goddess locks, and that's why it's the second time I've done goddess locks, and it's the third time I've done locks in general. I like it because I think when it starts getting messy, when your roots start growing, it's not as obvious, because it's supposed to kind of look a little bit boho, a little bit messy and free. So I really like that about it. It's just as versatile as braid. You know, you can wear it down like I am doing now, or you can wear it up in a bun or in a braid, or whatever you want to do. So I like the versatility of it, and just like braids as well. You know, once it's done, I know people are often like shocked about how many hours at once I would spend doing my hair, but once it's done, I don't need to bother about my hair for another 4 to 6 weeks, or 6 to 8 weeks, however long I want to leave it in. So that's quite nice to not have to be doing your hair every single morning, and also to know that your hair is protected underneath. I'm very cautious of my edges. I don't do them too tight. I do what's comfortable for me, which I think that's one of the great things about being able to do your own hair. You know your own, limits, and there's no kind of sitting there in the hairdresser kind of like sort of like squirming with pain because they're doing it too tight, not wanting to say anything. You can very much do what you feel is best. So I never have any problems in terms of damage from this style or any other protective style that I do myself. So a couple of people have asked on my previous goddess locks video, the one where I have it dark coloured, how many locks that I had in. I think I made a rough estimation back then when they asked. I think I said about 70, but seeing as we're sat here now and this is a similar amount, let's count. $98, so that is a lot, actually a lot more than I thought. 98 locks in total. So 98 locks, 2 packets of Marley hair, 1 packet of this straggly cheap stuff at the ends. Not bad, hey? If you've got any new questions, then please do let me know in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer. And yeah, once again, thank you for commenting, liking, subscribing, sharing. Basically just thank you for enjoying my videos, because that really means a lot, and it just, as I said, this is a hobby, and the fact that people enjoy it just makes it even better. So, and yeah, let me know what other kinds of videos you'd like to see. Thanks!